what's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. I'm having a beautiful day. Day.
Perfect. I appreciate you coming onto the platform when you reached out. So thank you so much. I appreciate that.
No problem. I appreciate you for having me here.
Anytime,
I'm
anytime.
excited.
Yeah, it's an honor. Starting off, I saw that you're involved in so much NAACP, Dream Defenders. How did you get started when it comes to activism overall?
Sorry, I'm trying to catch this before it falls.
Nah, you're good.
Okay, I'm sorry. Could you repeat again?
Yeah, sure thing. I was saying, I saw that you're vice president of the NAACP in Tallahassee, Florida, Dream Defender. So how did you get active when it comes to activism overall? How did that whole journey start for you?
Wow, that's an amazing question. Thank you. So it's going to actually start by the whole Trayvon Martin movement was actually the catalyst of who I am right now. In high school, I organized like a mini walkout during the death of Trayvon Martin. So, of course, we had social media. We had something called Kick. So, my teacher is actually in here, too. So,
shout out to him.
Yeah, so I sent out a Kick, and I was like, everybody wear black tomorrow, buy your Skittles in your Arizona, and we walking out. And I had a few teachers, specifically one of my teachers that's in here. She was very, 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 very supportive. A couple of the black teachers that was there, because I went to Coral Glades, which is kind of like more of a PWI.
Okay.
But of course, we had like Caribbeans and African Americans who stuck together. So that was like me organizing and didn't know that it was called organizing. But personally, just having a Jamaican upbringing, my father, of course, always talked about Marcus Garvey and always talked about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Harriet Tubman and stuff like that. But when I was 13, I was actually arrested. And it was something that was so minute that's turned out to be so big. So I was arrested. I was held in the back of a police car for like 6 to 8 hours. No one knew where I was. And Miramar Police Department lied to my mom and told her I was upstairs in a juvenile detention center when I wasn't. There's no Miramar Police Department upstairs juvenile detention center. So I was in the police car. The police officer, he kind of like taunted me the entire time while I was in there. It was me and another girl. It was like a whole big incident that happened in Miramar that was really uncalled for. So I end up having to take my case to trial. But I'm going to rewind because the judge kept telling me to take the plea deal, and I told them that I'm not taking the plea deal because the entire time when the incident was going on, I was on the phone with my mom, and she was like listening to me, and it was like a big incident. So fast forwarding, I took it to trial. I end up winning. My case got dropped, and of course my record got expunged. Now this is when I was 13 years old. Trayvon Martin happened when I was like 16, 17. And just witnessing a lot of things that I want to say is kind of like generational. Like my mom got beaten up by the police officers in Miami. My dad, when he came up here straight from Jamaica, he was in Miami, and a white lady called the police on him and my uncle that were walking around in Miami Beach. And supposedly black people are not supposed to walk around in Miami Beach, right?
Yeah.
So the police officers came and told my dad if he doesn't get on the floor, he's going to shoot him and my uncle. So it's been like something that I've seen being consistent. Even my brothers had incidents when we lived in Coral Springs. And, I just wanted to be the one who put an end to it or be the change that I want to see, because I want to have a husband. I want to have kids. I have nieces and nephews right now.
Yeah.
And I do not want them to have to grow up with what I witnessed per se and what I went through. And, I just want to be the change that I want to see. So shout out to Dream Defenders. It's been a beautiful time with my organization. We were founded right after the death after Trayvon Martin. I got to shout out my HBCU too, because I went to Florida Agricultural.
Hey, my brother, he went there. He's alumni. So I used to go to FAM all the time. I love FAM.
Yes.
That's
so
what's up.
Pro HBCU around here.
Yeah.
We get all our Black students, our kids, to HBCUs because it's important. My teachers, they were amazing. And yeah.
I love that. I love that. Something that you said that was so important was when you were in custody that you were on the phone talking to your mother. I don't know why, but the first thing I thought about was when they see us, that documentary, because those kids didn't have that opportunity to talk to their parents. So how important is it for our babies and our teenagers to understand their rights?
Yes, that's very, very, very important. And if it's one thing that I do, I try to continuously push like forums for us to know our rights, especially in Tallahassee or wherever I am. Dream Defenders does a really phenomenal job with doing that. We have like these little notebooks that we pass out that says know your rights, and it has like when you get pulled over by a police officer, what it is you can and cannot do, and like a lot of other things. So that's very important. But I actually wasn't in custody when I was talking to my mom. It was actually before the police officer handcuffed me and threw me in the car. I was on the phone with my mom the entire time. So he threw me on the car, patted me down. My phone flipped on the roof of the car, and I was like, "Mommy, he putting me in the car," and that was it. My mom was already there on her way.
Wow, that's crazy. So you were in Florida when Trayvon Martin happened. I remember when that happened. That was like back in 2012, correct? Yeah, so I remember being in high school when that happened. I was like a sophomore. And I know just in Georgia, in Atlanta, it was a huge protest. You shut down the highways. But you were actually in Florida. So what was that environment like? What did it feel like to know somebody that was almost like your age went through death? And it was crazy how all that happened. So what was that like for you being in Florida at that time?
So I'm actually getting chills right now with that question because my brother played for the same park as Trayvon Martin.
Wow.
So it wasn't as if Trayvon Martin, I've met him personally, but Trayvon Martin could have been my brother. So the reason why I go so hard for Black people, the reason why I go so hard as I do right now is because one, Trayvon Martin could have been my brother. Two, just witnessing things, you know, and constantly seeing it, just like the video that we just seen with the gentleman in Georgia. Like, y'all, we only got us, and that's what we have to like realize. We only got ourselves, and we need to get on it because these people don't care.
Yeah, that's real. And
in Florida, in Florida though, it was hot because like, shout out to Dream Defenders. Like, I seen Dream Defenders take over the 95, and I was like, dang, like, I need to be down with this organization. And, you know, and then I literally became a Dream Defenders. It's a lot of stuff going on in Florida. I think one of the main things that happened during the time is what this guy, he was schizophrenic. His mom called the police to help him. And the police came out there in Miami Gardens, shot him dead. We, the Dream Defenders, organized to get the body cam footage released and the dash cam footage released. And they prolonged the entire thing. But when the video came out, you see that they didn't even give this man a chance. They just literally pulled out their weapons and started open firing. Wow. So, yeah.
Wow. And I know in Georgia right now with that whole case, with what happened, what solutions can we do? Because I know sometimes there's debates about marching, about voting. So what's your personal opinion on actual tangible things that we can apply right now in this moment in time?
That's so funny because I was talking to one of my friends. Her name is Briscoe. We were literally just talking about it. So I think right now, like, we need to be organized. I cannot say it more clear than that. We need to be organized. This is not the time for us to be wanting to be separate and do our own little things. I know that there's a GoFundMe going on. I know Sean King has got stuff going on. I know that a lot of people have been putting him up on their platform, but this is the time actually for everybody to unite, like all of the organizations, because it's going to take people power. Like, literally everybody need to be on the phones calling these people. y'all need to go and pick them up, because we're not waiting until June 12th for y'all to let these people who literally lynched this man in broad daylight walk free. Y'all outside, y'all want to be quarantining. This is not the time for that. Like, Black people, the time is now to get out and get what we deserve. Y'all hit these people phone up. Y'all need to call them. We need to organize. We need to be on a Zoom chat like all the time, talking about how can we organize for this. And this is reaching everywhere. Like, I know, like, this happened in Georgia, but people all over have been noticing it. And I want to say something, but
hey,
that's it.
If you want to say it, say it. You good. You good.
I was going to say, man, like, these people is not for us, y'all. I don't know when y'all going to realize that it's going to be a time where we're not supposed to be marching all the time. We're not going to be marching all the time. This is not my grandma and my grandpa.
Hey, somebody said say it. They say you're right.
This is not my grandma or my grandpa fight. Like, y'all can get these hands. Y'all can get these hands. So we need, after this little quarantine thing is done, Black women especially, we need to go get licensed. If we all need to go there, we need to get licensed. Like, they are not playing. And Trump, shout out to Trump. As bad as that may sound, Trump has made these people bold. Like, bold. They were already in their mask, right? They were already in their mask, and Trump just made it transparent. Like, y'all do what y'all want. It's literally open season on Black people, and we ain't having it. Y'all go get armed. I'm not saying y'all go out there and pick y'all fight. I'm saying by any means necessary, y'all protect yourself. I'm not saying go choose a fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying go rah-rah with the white man. No, I'm saying, like, get armed by any means necessary. You need to protect your family. You need to protect your own, because they don't care about us.
That's right.
They don't.
That's right. So what do you think it'll take? Because I think sometimes I get frustrated as well, because I feel like sometimes, you know, as a people, that we are too passive, or that we do sometimes lean on religion too much, that they use that and, you know, manipulate that to make us weak. So what do you think it'll take? Because I feel like we're almost there, but I don't feel like we're to the point that we're like other ethnic groups where we will ride for our people, or we will do whatever needs to be done. So what do you think it'll take for us to finally just wake up overall, like, as a true collective, and actually start mobilizing and getting tangible things done?
I don't even have the answer for that. You know what I mean? Because, like, sometimes I get tired and I get weary too, and I'm like, bro, like, I'm trying to understand why you guys do not see, like, what's really in front of us. But, you know, Bob Marley has a quote that says, "Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind." People are still programming. Programming at its finest. And, you know, I don't have the answer to what we can do, but what I can say is, for everybody who sees the video, retweets the video, likes the video, y'all need to be on the phone calling these people. Don't just retweet, Twitter fingers. Like, that's not going to help the situation. Find an organization in your community, whether it's Dream Defenders, whether it's New Florida Majority, whether it's any organizations that are pro-Black and that can help the situation and are organizing consistently. We're not talking about organizing when a Black man gets killed and that's it. We talking about constantly organizing. Find one of those organizations, become a part of that organization, because we got ourselves.
That's real. That's real. And nobody else cares, so we got to understand that.
Nobody else cares. And I don't know when are we going to start seeing that nobody else cares.
You're right. You're right. Earlier, backtracking, you were talking about, you know, you went to FAMU. I love FAM. I used to go there all the time for my brother. Beautiful place. How was that experience for you at FAMU, HBCU? What did you learn during that time? How was that overall experience for you?
Wow. So I would not trade it at all for anything. I loved FAMU, and FAMU would forever be ingrained in me. If I have kids, they are going to FAMU. My nieces and nephews already have FAMU attire. Like, FAMU was the best decision I've ever made, because I went to Broward College first and got my AA. and then I transferred over to FAMU.
Nice.
So the teachers there it's literally a family, like family. It literally is like they literally look out for you. They try their best to help you. Like when you go to a PWI, it's like you're another number. At a FAMU or at an HBCU, it's like you're their son, their daughter, their niece, their nephew. And I learned so much, especially about history, about our history. It even made me pro-Black because, like, I went on campus and, you know, being at Broward College, I had a professor. Her name was Keisha King. She was pro-Black so much. But being at FAMU is like it's a different feeling, man. Like being around Black men and Black women who are striving to be excellent. It's like a complete different feeling, man. And like everybody have a side hustle, Black entrepreneurs, Black businesses. Everybody like literally, it's like literally our little town. So I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I learned a lot. Like they even know me as the pro-Black girl on campus. Right? Marie, why are you marching right now? Marie, why are you being vocal right now? But they would support me. So
I love it. So what do you think about us as Black people sometimes going to PWIs? I went to one at the time. Yeah, it was cool because I went to Georgia State, which is like downtown in Atlanta. So we call that like an honorary HBCU because there's nothing but Black people there. But what do you think about us going to PWIs? Do you feel like it's more effective for us as a people to go to HBCUs? And then part two of that question, do you think that our celebrities and our influential Black millionaires and billionaires should fund more of their money towards HBCUs as well?
Love that question. So first and foremost, I don't discredit anyone who is African American who decides to go to a PWI. However, those PWIs, do your research because those PWIs have a lot of history. I'm right across the tracks from FSU. Would never go there. FSU's history book of like
blackface,
blackface, like Confederate flags on their campus. And what people do not know is that without FAMU, there would not be an FSU, but they don't tell you that.
Break that down for me. I've never heard that before. Break that down.
Yes. So I can't remember the exact thing that happened, but FSU was not FSU before. It was like an all-girls school.
Wow.
And so it's like I don't remember like the exact history to it, but whenever you get a chance, look at that because without FAMU, there would not be an FSU, and they were founded both the same year as well. The second part of your question, I think I'm gonna probably do like a mini circle round because I can't remember. But I think the second part of your question is we can't depend on our celebrities because you know some of them are too busy or they just don't care. So the alumni, y'all need to be the ones who's funding the colleges because you graduated from FAMU and you know what it is to be at FAMU. We can't depend on everybody. You know, some of the people have been donating. Some of the alumni have been donating, and shout out to them. Like I know that Will Packer. I can't.
Keisha Lance Bottoms, I think, mayor of Atlanta went there. Yeah, it's a lot of people went to
I'm trying to think of like a lot of people, but they are still active when it comes to helping FAMU students, and that's what it's gonna take. We can't literally always depend on celebrities because they're people, they're human too. And you know. I can't remember the first part of your question, but I think I answered it.
Oh yeah, you already did. You already answered that one. Dope. And something else as well, you have a podcast. I love that. I love seeing Black women who have platforms, raising your voice, all that. How did you come up with the idea of saying, hey, I need to start my own platform, and to the name Just Breathe Podcast? How did everything just formulate overall? How'd that happen?
Wow, thank you.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
So the Just Breathe podcast started as the Power podcast, actually. And I was in my history class. Shout out to my professors who are my history professors. We were in the civil rights. I had a civil rights movement class with Dr. Young. And we were talking about Marcus Garvey. We were talking about Malcolm X, Sojourner Truth. We were talking about Rosa, Harriet Tubman, Fannie Lou Hamer. We were talking about all those people, right? And Black women, especially, because we were going over a part where Black women is not credited enough. And Black women are the backbone of every movement, but males seem to be at the forefront, right? And they're just the face.
Yeah.
So it started off as power, and then I was like listening to other people, and they were like, well, you know, that sounds too pro-Black. I don't know, like, your audience, who's it gonna be? And I'm like, I'm making a podcast for Black people. Like, that's my target audience. So I was like, I'm just gonna sit on the name. And then a whole year later, like, I sat on the podcast for a whole year. And I was like, what am I waiting for? Like, I need to be talking to people, because people need influence, people need inspiration, and I have the platform to do it. And I'm still creating my platform for myself and to inspire until I expire. So I'm like, let me go ahead and just create it. So the Just Breathe part came in when FAMU had an event where this HBCU organization, after the Harriet Tubman movie, rented out the whole movie theater. Most of the FAMU students were there, the teachers. We had a panel discussion. And in the panel discussion, there was this lady, I cannot remember her name. We were talking about, obviously, how did Harriet Tubman happen, the movie, what was our takes, etc. And I kept hearing, just breathe, just breathe, just breathe. And then I heard Black breath. And I'm like, damn, like, I don't know which one I want, because Black breath sounds like whoa. But breathe stuck to me, because I was like, I want to be a vessel to the people, to my people. And like, when you look at breathing, you can see, like, in your lungs, you see that there's vessels in there. And then I also correlated it with trees and roots. So I'm like, I want to go back to my roots. I want to analyze, like, what's important to us. I want to be a vessel to the people. So why not do just breathe? And then I'm inhaling the bullshit that society is giving us, but I'm also exhaling to the people some facts, what we could do, being Black in America, being Black excellence, being resilient as Black people, because that's what y'all don't know, is that we are powerful, and we need to feed into being powerful, because they know, but we don't know. Wow. So, Just Breathe kicked off there, but I'm still going to use power somewhere. I think I'm going to probably create, like, probably some merchandise that says power on it. But power is not just the basic power, because when I was in my history class, we were talking, and power to me stands for people oppressed will eventually rebel. Wow. So I was like, dang, like, I'm writing in my history class, and then I went to my professor afterwards, and I was like, Dr. Young, like, you gotta listen to this. This is powerful. And then he was like, Marie, you got it. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna run with it. So that's my definition of power. You know what I mean?
I love that. That's amazing. For other Black women, young Black women, millennials who have a voice and they're kind of hesitant to start a podcast, what advice do you have for them to get started?
Oh my God, thank you so much. And I've been getting this question a lot lately.
Okay.
And I've been telling people, like, write it down, do it. Write it down, take a leap of faith, and just do it. You know what I mean? Like, the most you gonna get is a no from somebody.
That's facts.
Probably they gonna say, yeah, but not right now. But a no is delayed. You know what I mean? A no is not a permanent no, and God has the last say. But you keep grinding, you keep hustling, dibbling, dabbling, obviously, because I'm a journalist, and, you know, I love to talk and I love to speak to people, and I'm trying to get the message across. So during my capstone presentation, I had my locks in, like, these pipe cleaners, and one of the people who were on the panel for my capstone was like, we know that you're pro-Black, and, you know, I think that I would prefer your hair like this instead of how it is. And in my capstone picture, I had my hair in a bun. And then I was like, I'm gonna be me regardless. You know, this is my hair, y'all. This is my hair that's growing out of my head. I'm going to be me and reclaim my time. I'm gonna be unapologetic about who I am, and whether or not I'm going into the industry of like being on TV, which never suited me. I knew it wasn't for me, because you're not going to tell me to put on a wig. You're not going to tell me to cut off my hair. That is not me. I'm going to be who I am. So I was like, after that, I was like, I told her, I was like, I think my hair looks good and I love how my hair looks. And after that, coming out of that, I didn't even apply to jobs to be on TV, because I just knew that it wasn't who I am, and it doesn't align with my values. Like, I'm not going to try to put on a white face to be on TV in front of people. And you came out of journalism, so you know that Black people, like, when they portray us on the news, it's never for nothing positive. It's always negative.
Mug shots.
Why would I be the pro-Black person I am, and I'm going on the news and I'm talking about, oh, he shot him, and then the body, and then this and that? No. So I said, I'm going to create a platform for myself. I'm not going to wait for nobody to create it for me. I'm going to create myself. And I've been doing it ever since May 3rd, made it a year since I graduated. And I definitely went through the transition of saying, like, I don't know if I want to do it, which is why I sat on it for a whole year. And I'm like, hey, the time is now.
That's right. Man, what and who instilled that confidence in you? Because to hear a Black woman be unapologetic about their hair, their skin, and to love themselves, who instilled that, and what instilled that in you?
So I think it plays on a lot of things. It plays on one, reading. It plays on your upbringing, because my dad, being Jamaican, my dad is like, Jamaican, don't play that.
Hey, one of my best friends, both his parents Jamaican, so I know what you're talking about. Next door neighbors.
My dad has definitely instilled that in me, as well as my family members. Like, I've always been called the queen, you know, and that, just hearing that all the time, like, you're a queen, Empress Wagwan, Empress, you know, like, just hearing that all the time, you just walk with confidence. You just walk with your head high, because you know that you're a queen, and you know, like, white women want to be us so bad, and like, if I'm this powerful, oh yeah, you gonna get it. You gonna get it. So just my family, my friends, and I tend to do that with my sister is like one of my motivation. Like, I love her so much, so much. And like, me and my sister have this, you know, this bond that's unbreakable. Like, I love her so much. And like, we pour into each other, like, when she's feeling down, when I'm feeling down, and just having that bond with me and my sister. Society is real rough on Black women and rough on Black men. So, you know, we gotta be put in a space, or create that space where it's Black love and Black positivity.
Right.
My HBCU did it for me as well, y'all, because, you know, FAMU women, like, we're just gold. Like, we're just gold. So shout out to all the FAMU women who's going to be listening to this.
That's
so
dope.
My teachers, it's been just a lot.
Yeah, I love that. As Black men, how can we support y'all better? And just, you know, overall support y'all more? Because I know sometimes as guys, we could be knuckleheads and not understand. And of course, there's still great Black men out there. But even for the great ones, how do we support Black women better?
You know, just love on us. And, you know, it's a what do you call it? It's a two-way stream. Like, Black women, we got to love on our men too. Not saying that we don't, you know what I mean? But it's a two-way stream. We just got to love on each other. Like, be as positive as you can. Like, if people have been following my Lyrical Marie page, you know, like, that has been me since day one, since when I created it. I'm like, Black men, y'all all right? Like, sisters, y'all doing all right? Like, I've always pushed that content, because, you know, it's hard being Black in America, you know what I mean? And being a Black man, like, my heart goes out to y'all, as well as being a Black woman, you know what I mean? Because we have, like, our Mike Browns and our Sandra Blands, and, like, we just gotta love on each other at all times. Like, and I try to push out positive energy to kings who I see constantly. I just be like, "What's up, King?" Or I be like, "My niggas, what's up?"
Yeah.
Like, and they be like,
Yeah.
"What's that?" And I'm like, "Niggas." You know what I mean? And
I love it.
you know, I tried to buy books for Black men. I'm gonna get this book for you.
Okay.
I tried to buy books for Black men who I encountered just because. So you know, like you can, you know. So I just brought this book, A Black Man,
As a Black man. Yeah.
I haven't read this book, but I brought myself a copy as well, and I've just been like dishing out these books to these Black men who like come into my you know, come into my circle or that I meet on Instagram. I'm like, hey, let me get you a book. I think you need to read this book because we just gotta love on each other. Like I said, like ain't nobody gonna do it for us. We gotta do it for ourselves.
That's real, man. Marie, thank you so much. This was such a powerful interview. Before we go, just two last questions.
Yes.
One of the two, where do you see yourself and your brand within the next 5 years, and Black women when it comes to media as well?
So Black women, we're just bomb, you know, like I said, we're the backbone of every movement. Black women are like the #1 educated right now. Like I gotta shout out to Black women out there. I love being Black and I love being a Black woman. Like it's dangerous, but it's wrong. You know what I mean? So definitely gotta shout that out. And Black women, we coming for what's ours. I'm sorry to tell y'all white women who gonna be watching this, but we coming for what's ours. We coming to reclaim our time. Our ancestors sent us to come collect. Like we ain't collecting in a mule. We not collecting in 3 acres. We collecting everything. Like the time is now to get what we deserve. So we coming. So if y'all watching this, be sure to know that I said that Black women, we coming to come back and get what's ours. So that's that.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
So 5 years from now, wow, that's so amazing because I don't even know 5 years, but like as in like right now I'm taking it step by step, I'm taking it day by day, but I'm also like planning like within 2-3 months from now what I want to see. So I'm definitely going to be dropping some apparel, definitely, and expanding with that. I'm definitely going to be collaborating with a lot of people trying to push, once again, Black content, Black excellence. I want to interview Angela Rye. She's like one of my idols. I met her.
Speak that into existence. It'll happen.
Huh?
I said speak it all into existence. It'll happen.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I met her at FAMU, and she was amazing. Michelle Alexander is someone who's boss, and like I love her so much. Just like she has like an unapologetically boss move about her, and that's where I'm aiming to be. You know, being just interviewing a lot of people and probably even getting you know some awards if that is even able, and like putting my squad on because it's a whole line of us that's getting ready to come up. It's a whole line of us that's getting ready to come back and reclaim our time and take what's ours because we don't need no white person talking about who we are and our culture. Who gonna talk about Black people more than Black people?
That's facts.
Us. So we coming to take what's ours. I'm about to take over. We about to take over.
Yeah.
You know, it's a yin and yang of Black things. We getting ready. We getting ready to take what's ours.
I love it. I loved your energy. You dropped so many gems. And before we leave, where can everybody follow you, follow your podcast, everything?
Yes. So my Instagram is Lyrical Marie. So it's LYRICALMARIE. And then my podcast page is Just Breathe Pod. So it's regular breathe, and then the POD. Oh,
Marie, thank you again. You be safe out there. We appreciate what you do. Keep doing what you're doing, and it's only the beginning. We appreciate
you, King, and y'all follow him as well. Y'all make sure y'all support Black businesses because it's very important. Something that I always say all the time. Our dollars only generate in our community for 2 hours. That is sad. That is ridiculous. We need to do better. After this quarantine, y'all, Black billionaires, Black millionaires, Black businesses, we gonna be on the rise. And once again, we coming to take what's ours because the time is now.
That's right. You killed it. Thank you so much.
You.
Be safe.
No problem. I appreciate
Keep doing your thing out there.
Thank you. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you.
Y'all, Marie was amazing. Make sure to follow us as well. Everybody who's watching this on YouTube, once this is posted, make sure to hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. Everybody on IG, follow us right now. Follow Marie right now as well. We thank y'all so much. We love y'all. Keep tuning in. Caleb Smith, 3 Milli Podcast.